Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's video I'm going to try and keep a little bit shorter. My videos tend to get a little long. I get a little wordy sometimes, talk too much. I apologize. So we're going to try and do one that is a little quicker, a little shorter for you guys. If you've been around for a while, you may recognize this bike. I picked up 3 bikes, 6 or 8 months ago, back in the early spring, over the winter, something like that. From a local flipper. We got a candy red CT70 K0. We got this bike, which is a 1998 Honda Z50, and then I think it was a 1988 Honda Z50 that we got. And we did a video on the 3 bikes. We did some videos on the CT70 and actually got it running, up and riding, and that bike is actually gone. I sold it a couple months ago, and ready to put this bike up on the market. It actually runs pretty well, if my recollection was from the last time we touched it. We started it and kind of ran it around, but it does have a few issues, just simple things that we should be able to fix pretty quickly today. I was rummaging around in my used parts, and I actually found a grip that is identical to the grip that was on that thing. It's got the end of it blown out. This bike's supposed to have a kill or run switch up here on the handlebar. The whole button is gone, and someone then has wired in a separate one. Well, then that one's broke, and they've just got the wires loose here. So we're going to put a new kill switch on it. The front brake lever it actually feels like it's cut off, not broke off. It's a very smooth, straight, it's like they cut it. I wonder if it got bent so bad that they just wound up just cutting it off. But we're going to put a new lever on it, and then the brake pedal sticks. You push it down because there's no spring on it. So I found a spring, and we're going to try and see if we can't put that on there too. So I think first of all we'll go around, move you around, and let's take care of this front brake lever. I don't know if you guys can see just how smooth that is, and it looks like I can see the kerf, the saw, not kerf, but where the blade, where the teeth raked across there. That looks like it's been cut off to me. I think this is the correct lever that I've got. I think it's actually off of a CT70, but I'm gonna guess they use probably the same lever. I don't keep a lot of Z50 parts around. I don't work on Z50s very often. The reason you might ask, well, why don't you work on very often? Because most of the time I'm working on bikes that I like to ride. And I'm just way too big for these things. Especially this style that has the handlebars that are not adjustable. And these handlebars are fixed. I don't know if we're looking at that in the camera view or not, but they're rolled back so close, toward the gas tank that. Come on. That's another reason I don't work on Z50s. I can't get them to come apart. Come out of there. There. You know what, let's just take the whole thing out. Do it this way. Well, you know what? This has the little plastic cover around the leaded barrel, and that is too small or too big with that on there. Yeah, I think it will fit if I take that off. So I'm gonna have to cut that off and get down just to the leaded barrel to fit in the hole. I'll show it up. Yeah, see the hole in this one is much larger than this one. Do I drill that out? No, I think I'll just take that little, and then there's a little plastic piece on here. I'm just going to cut that off. All right, see if I can get this on here without standing in your view too much. So yeah, that fits in there now. Well, it's not 100% the correct lever. I'll get in the camera. See how this lever's got those two little raised spots right there? I'm gonna go take and cut those off, grind those smooth. This particular, it doesn't fit. They hold it out. Yeah, I think it'll get a better fit if I go cut those off. So I will be right back. All right, let's try this again. Oh, I like that a lot better. Yeah. Looks like we need to adjust it down at the wheel, maybe. Hopefully that'll take up some of that. Okay, I won't bore you with putting that nut back on there. Don't feel like we're getting much pull on the brake though. Grab some wrenches here. Give me just a second. Let's see if we can the brake shoes may be about gone. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, at least now I feel like I'm actually pulling on the brakes. So I may have it too tight. We'll know when we take it for a ride whether or not how we need to adjust that. While we're on this side of the bike, let's go ahead and put a brake spring on. What happens is, see, push down and it doesn't come back up. I'm hoping a spring fixes that. We may have an issue again with the back brakes being wore out. See how far this is adjusted forward. It may be what's catching it is the lever here is moved so far forward. We may have to take the back wheel off. I don't have any brake shoes to put on it, so we're not going to put new brake shoes on it. Unfortunately, I think look like they're a lot smaller than like a CT70, and that's all I've got. So hopefully, if the spring works, if not, if we still don't have any brake, we may have to take the rear wheel off and reclock this arm so that we're not pulling it so far forward, and that's what's locking it up. But let's put a spring on it and see what that does first. If that helps us. Let's see, where's the spring? And there again, just like the front, we won't really know until we take it out for a ride what we need to do. Well, that definitely brings it back up, but whether or not we're engaging the rear brake or not, I don't know yet, so we'll have to ride it. Let's go around and put the kill switch on. That's the last thing we need to do before we take it for a spin. Feels like there's some kind of splice right here. I'm sure it's just the bullet connectors that you crimp. Yeah, that's what it kind of feels like. All right, I'll take a minute to get that off. I think hopefully this will come out fairly easy. All right, I'm gonna finish taking this off. It's gonna take me, it's got a little longer thread on it. I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna get the electrical tape off of that wire. And then, oh, there we go. I'll get this mess all taken care of, and I will bring you back when we're ready to put the new one on, and we'll go over how it works. And yeah, so what they've done, they've just cut it, and then they've just actually some really good looking connectors that they've used. But anyway, let me get that cleaned up. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the new kill switch bolted to the handlebars, and it's just a simple switch. It's just either run or stop, kill, run or kill, run or kill. That's the only two settings you have on the thing. And somebody might ask, well, how does that actually work? We're going to take a second just for the new guys. We've gotten so many new followers, subscribers in the last few months. So we're just go over it. So the switch is just basically has two wires, and they hook to the CDI. That's the two wires that we've yet to hook it to. But how this works, the switch just creates a loop. Hang on, let me get set up here. All right, so I've got my meter hooked to one lead, hooked to each wire that goes to the switch. And right now you see we have if I can hold it steady, we have a reading. The switch is in the kill position. That means it is making a connection between those wires. If we go to run, it now disconnects these two wires, allowing the coil and the CDI to be ungrounded and to allow the bike to run. So the bike is running, you hit the kill switch, power now, or ground now goes through here and grounds out the coil, grounds out the spark plug, kills the bike. That's, in a nutshell, that's kind of how that works. So I think what I'm going to do is, this kill switch has a connector on it. So I've got a little kit that I got to find the right one. I've got this little kit. I've shown it before, of all different kinds of connectors and so forth. I think what I'm going to do is take this old wire and let's cut it back. And let's actually put a plug on it so that this can be plugged and unplugged. If I pull that through there, will I be able to get it back through with a connector on it? I think I can. Let's see, what are you guys looking at? You're too high, maybe. Oh boy, am I going to cut the wires? No, looks pretty good. All right, so I'm going to take a second. I've got to put a couple of these spade connectors. It's a short video. You guys just want to hang with me? Let's just hang with me here. Okay. Let's see, we do, yeah, that's the female, so we need male connectors. Okay, do that again. You can buy these little kits off of Amazon for really cheap. How good a quality are they? I don't know, they work. Okay, now put this on. And you might ask, well, does, you know, how do I know which wire is going to connect to here? It doesn't matter. All right, so let's test it before we put it all back up in here and maybe tape it up a little bit. Okay, so we are in the kill. Let's put it in the run position. So we should have spark. Warm up, baby. Anyway, we don't care about how well it runs right now. All right, so it's running. Yeah, so it works. So we've just killed the bike. So I'm gonna take a second and just kind of clean this up a little bit. Disconnect this and run it back through that little grommet or whatever I had up underneath there and kind of tape all this up, get it cleaned up. And then I think we're maybe ready to take it for a spin. I love these 12-volt engines. This thing rips. All right, I think she's ready to go. It's got a couple other little issues that could probably be looked at. It's got a bent front fork, but I'm not going to mess with that. It cycles. It seems to ride okay. Yeah, somebody's interested in it, let me know. Probably looking at somewhere around $800. So, and shipping's on you. But, somebody'd like to have it, let me know. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching.